Hi everyone, this is Maverick Phua, the chemistry guru. Now in this video, we want to discuss the suggested solution for 2021 A-Levels H2 Chemistry, Paper 1, Question 2. So let's take a look at this exercise. So question 2, the use of the data booklet is relevant to this question. An element Q forms an ionic nitrate with formula QNO3. So in a sample of this compound, the ion Q contains 80 electrons and 122 neutrons. So which row describes the group where Q is found and the nucleon number of Q in this sample? So if I run through the options A, B, C, D, you notice there are two options involving the group, either group 1 or group 13, and there are two options involving my nucleon number, either 201 or 203. So we want to determine which is the group and what is my nucleon number, and of course I will be able to answer this question. Now the topic tested in this question will be on atomic structure, and let us try to determine each one of them part by part. The first idea that we want to determine is which group is your element Q in. Now what we can do is actually fairly straightforward. The question gives us this information. Element Q forms an ionic nitrate with formula QNO3. So if it is an ionic nitrate, this will mean that Q must be a metal nitrate, and the formula QNO3 also suggests to us that the charge of your Q must be a Q+, because the charge for nitrate is NO3 minus. In order for this to be neutral, the charge of my Q has to be a +1 charge. So basically, this is telling us that your Q is a metal that can form a +1 charge. So very naturally, our deduction is Q must be in group 1. So the group shouldn't be a problem. I know that Q is in group 1. The next thing I have to deduce is what is the nucleon number for Q. Now basically what we have is the question tells us ion Q, which is Q+, contains 80 electrons and 122 neutrons. So if I want to determine the nucleon number, which is the mass number, which makes up the number of protons and the number of neutrons that I can find in the nucleus, I have to determine what is the number of proton for your Q. So the number of your subatomic particles are here, number of electrons, number of protons, and number of neutrons. Given in the question, the number of electron is 80 and the number of neutron is 122. So the next thing we want to determine is, okay, how many protons do I have for this system? We have to be a bit careful here. The question is mentioning your ion Q. So basically, this 80 electrons is referring to Q+. I already take away 1 electron, and Q+, the number of electron is 80. So this must mean that if I consider the number of protons, the proton number must be 1 value or 1 unit bigger than this 80. So the proton number in this case has to be 81. Because 81 proton versus 80 electron, then the charge of a Q will be a +1 charge. Agree? So I've already figured out the number of protons, which is 81, and the number of neutrons, which is 122. So basically I can determine the nucleon number, which is just the number of proton plus the number of neutron. 81 plus 122, and this will work out to be, let me write down the calculation, 81 plus 122, and this will work out to be 203. So fairly straightforward, we are able to determine the nucleon number also. Now we can come back to my options and determine my answer. Which row describes the group where Q is found? We already know that Q is in group 1. Nucleon number of Q, we already determined the nucleon number is 203. So once we have these two information, we can run through the options A, B, C, D. The answer to this question will be option B. Alright, so that was the discussion involving paper 1 question 2. If you have learned something useful from this video, please give me the thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more weekly video lessons. That's all for now. I'll see you next week.